They're coming after you interracial couples.
Let me walk into a business and see a whites only sign.
God is the original they, them.
How many do I give?
Guys, the Wi-Fi password people, the LGBT activists on TikTok, they're kind of losing it.
Pronoun of the day is slugs.
We're gonna react to some more crazy LGBT TikToks and other woke stuff from the Clock app, all from the perspective of a sane gay person who somehow hasn't lost his mind entirely yet, because you guys seem to love this series, because you enjoy watching me suffer. Some of y'all are kind of sick like that. And up first, jump scare warning, we got a new content drop from the one and only non-binary influencer, Jeffrey Marsh. Take a listen to his explanation as to why God is non-binary.
I do believe God is the original they, them. It must be that way. Man is made in God's image, and woman is made in God's image. It must be this way. Tell me how you feel in the comments.
So we're misgendering God now, I guess. I guess that's a thing. I guess that's where we're at. I mean, look, I'm the furthest thing from an expert on Christianity, all right? But I'm pretty sure the Bible quite explicitly refers to God as he, him. And I thought we were supposed to respect people's pronouns, Jeffrey. But here you are retconning God into your imaginary little fad, your non-binary thing. Dude, it's like fetch. It's never going to happen, okay? Give it up at some point. This feels intentionally antagonistic towards religious people, which, if anything, is the exact community that gay people, transgender people need to appeal to. Like, not only them, but by and large, they're some of the only ones who aren't on board with gay marriage or those kinds of things. So you'd think you'd want to be reaching out to them, showing them, hey, we're just like everybody else. We just want to blend in. We're normal Americans. Not intentionally trying to colonize their religion with woke nonsense and insult their theology and their God. Also, listen, even if God was non-binary, which doesn't make sense and he isn't if you believe God exists, but even if that was the case, because let's say it is, so that doesn't mean humans can be non-binary. Humans are all still either male or female with extremely rare genetic conditions called intersex, but even most of those can be categorized as either male or female when you really get down into the nitty-gritty. God's also immortal, all-powerful, all-knowing, a bunch of things humans aren't. So like, what's the relevance of this? God is non-binary. Okay, no, but even if so, it doesn't prove anything. All you've done is antagonize people for no reason. Other than that, great job, Jeffrey. Up next, this woke white lady is crashing out over the trans sports debate. Take a listen to her kind of wild video.
No, because why the actual am I supposed to care whether or not women are playing sports? Why do I care what kind of women are playing sports? Whether or not they're women who are trans, whether or not they're women who are transitioning, whether or not they're women who are intersex, whether or not they're women who are young, old. How many do I give? Oh, the woman who happened to have made it through him by crawling through the muck to become her feminine self. She won? She won the sport thing? How dare I should be upset because she started in a different place. No, I shouldn't let her cross the finish line as a woman. God forbid she be herself when she wins. Why should I care? Who plays in women's sports? You don't watch women's sports. You don't watch women's sports. Why do you care who plays them? Get the fuck out of our locker rooms. Get the fuck out of women's health. Get the fuck out of our lives. Every single woman is a woman. All women are women. Regardless of genitalia. Gender is a fucking construct.
Okay. I love this category of videos where people set themselves up with their camera, scream and rave like a crazy person, and then choose to upload it to the internet. It undercuts her argument to have her raving in this manner. I mean, it's really quite something. A couple actual points to maybe talk about here, though it's hard to even decipher it from all the delulu. But one, you don't watch women's sports. Why do you care about this issue? That's true. I don't watch women's sports. I still care about this issue because I care about other people, and thousands of female athletes have had to compete in unfair or unsafe situations, and it just kind of rubs people the wrong way. So why would the fact that I don't watch women's sports be relevant? Why would I not care about teenage girls who are playing sports and are losing out on scholarships or opportunities or being forced to compete against biologically male people with an advantage? I don't care about them because I don't watch women's sports personally. That would be a pretty selfish way to view the world. Lots of issues under the sun don't personally touch my doorstep, and I still care about them. And I'm sure this person does too. So it's not a very good argument. And I mean, look, as to the whole first part of this little rant, I mean, okay, what she's basically saying is let's just not separate the sports by sex anymore. And I don't understand how that's like a feminist or liberal take whatsoever. There just won't be very many opportunities for females to play sports. If it's all gender neutral, if it's all just a construct, it's all just made up. Actually, biology is real. But if you want to pretend that it's not, that's just not going to work out well for young women and girls. That's why female sports were created and in many cases mandated under law as a separate concept, because males are stronger and faster on average than females. So you need a separate sports division for women to have the same opportunities to compete and play and learn and get scholarships and this kind of thing. But if you, in the name of wokeness, and people like you just want to rip it all up, I guess be my guest. But how that's going to reach any sort of outcome that anybody who cares about women or is a feminist should support is absolutely beyond me. And once again, my friend, screaming and raving like this in your car does not help your message come off great. Not that it would have regardless. Now we're going to get into some even crazier TikToks after this. You don't want to end up like these fat positivity influencers.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I've got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show,
which didn't last long because she died.
Maintaining a healthy weight, keeping your energy levels up, and feeling better in your body is so important. And that's why I'm happy to share today's sponsor, Lumen. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. And Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game. So if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/Brad to get 20% off your Lumen. That is LUMEN.me/BRAD for 20% off your purchase. Thanks to Lumen for sponsoring this episode. And now back to today's show. Up next, this trans TikToker is going to explain to us why Target is no longer a safe space.
So I just got clocked at Target. I don't know the last time I got clocked, let alone loudly, publicly clocked. Let me tell you what the just happened to me. So I'm just minding my business looking at some clothes, you know, like the cheap little Target clothes. And all of a sudden I hear this loud little squeaky teenage girl voice. And let me tell you one thing, if someone's gonna clock you, it's gonna be a little teenage girl. The insecurities run deep and I get it. We're all there. Why did this girl yell, "That's a boy"? Loud. People in the electronics section could probably hear it. And do you know what I did? Not shit. I didn't look, I didn't react, I didn't act stunned, because she can't be talking about me. She literally cannot be talking about me. Like, what the is she talking about? And here's the thing about that. It did have me shaken up just a little bit, because being clocked is one thing. Like, someone like telling that I'm trans, that's fine. Like, I don't care. I am who I am, and period. I'm literally on TikTok displaying to millions of people my transition. Like, I actually don't care. But it's when you are publicly putting in me, it's when you're publicly putting me in a very uncomfortable and low-key sketchy and dangerous situation and making a spectacle of me that I'm like, okay, you need to relax. This is my life. And at that point, I had gotten everything that I was going to Target for. So I was like, so now I'm getting the out of here because I feel uncomfy. What? Why is shit always happening to me at Target? It's literally always at Target. Maybe it's because I'm at Target like 3 times a week. Oh my god, I need to stop going here. The Valley Girl mannerisms are grating. But anyway, look, it sounds like if we just take this person's story as fact and as true, this teenager was rude. But that happens. The thing that struck me about this video as kind of ridiculous, like I would absolutely tell my teenager, just because you see someone who looks different and might be transgender, one,
This is kind of like when I was a kid. They taught us to not see an overweight woman and assume she was pregnant because, one, just don't invade people's privacy, and also, what if you're wrong? What if they're just a little chunky? Well, God forbid you think someone's trans and it's actually just a more masculine-looking woman. The polite thing to do is to teach your teenager to just mind their own business, and unless a person in public is somehow harming you or doing something, pointing at them and being like, "That's a man," would be rude and disrespectful. But also, teenagers do rude and disrespectful things, and you're the adult in the situation, but it sounds like you handled it rather immaturely, in my book, to like run away and act like I'm in danger. A bit dramatic. Love. A teenager saying something rude to you in public is not, in fact, a hate crime or dangerous. Like, you're probably going to be just fine. And this creator put this alongside the claim that Target isn't safe for trans women anymore, which is a very bizarre statement and absolutely not justified by anything included in this video. If you can't handle the slight possibility that someone might offend your feelings, you can't go out in public. And ultimately, guys, I don't want anyone to be rude to anyone else, but your sense of identity should be strong enough that it's not dependent on external validation from the whole world. When I lived in DC, my boyfriend and I had homeless people chasing us and yell slurs at us on multiple occasions. And I didn't walk away thinking, wow, DC is not a safe place for me, or wow, I'm such a victim, or wow, maybe there's something wrong with me. I thought like, wow, that's sad. This person's clearly mentally ill. I hope they get the help that they need. This mentally ill homeless person chasing me and yelling slurs for no reason. Because ultimately as an adult, it's on you to form your internal sense of self and not be so dependent and desperate for everyone else's validation, including literal teenagers. That's the problem here. But also, people shouldn't be rude, and they should teach their kids not to be either. Up next, TikTokers actually think Trump is going to take away interracial marriage. Yes, seriously. Take a listen to this wild video.
They about to overturn gay marriage. They about to say gay marriage is bad again. Some of y'all might be thinking to yourself, well, I'm not gay. That won't affect me. And if you are one of those people, I just want to say to you, you need to take your scalp out of the orifices in which you poop from. Don't devour feculence. It's as easy as following breadcrumbs back home. Once gay marriage is kaput, they're coming after you interracial couples. Of course, they're gonna go after the black and white interracial couples first. And out of those black and white interracial couples, you know they coming after the ones that got black males and white females. They coming after y'all first. Black women, you out here with Hank and John and Bob, they coming after you next. After that's said and done, they gonna come after the white women who got themselves a Latino. So if you thought you was on the right side because you had a white on your side, they coming for you too, Pablo. Juan, Jesus, they coming for you. I know you thought voting like that was gonna make them like you, but I ain't gonna hold you. That was stupid. Then after that, they coming after the Indian and white interracial couples. I don't know how they gonna swing it, being that the vice president is... They gonna figure it out though. Them white and Asian interracial couples, they safe as fuck. Because the white man's in charge and the white man got a fetish. Talk to me nice. And once they done with all of that and they got everybody back in their groups loving who they want them to love, they bringing it back to Jim Crow. What you thought they meant when they said make America great again? This ain't never been great. It's been great for them. They literally voted to take things away from people. That's crazy! That's crazy!
That video contained layers. Call it an onion. Bring in Shrek. Because that had layers of Delulu I don't know that I've seen before, all in one video. First things first, babe. Gay marriage is almost certainly not going to be overturned. Yes, I know. Please do not spam me in the comments with some news article about a state resolution in the house of one half of one red state's legislature. I have explained this before. I can explain it again for y'all if you really need me to, but you can also go look at my other videos. These are non-binding resolutions that have no impact on law or public policy. They're not cases the Supreme Court could take up. They are massive virtue signals that just state something they hope the court does. The Supreme Court probably is not going to overturn gay marriage, but here's the thing. If you look at the judges on it, there is not 5 or 6 votes to overturn it, according to a lot of respected right of center and conservative legal analysts. But even if they did, gay marriage would still be accessible in all 50 states, thanks to a bipartisan law that was passed under the Biden administration that Trump has indicated no desire to want to repeal or revoke. So they don't know what they're talking about. But you know what? At least with the gay marriage thing, it's like not out of the realm of possibility that could happen. I don't think it will, but it's not impossible. Interracial marriage, bro. Seriously? They're actually claiming this? 90+% of America supports interracial marriage. Republicans all support interracial marriage. Y'all are hallucinating again. Did you not take the meds? Have you been failing to open up that little bottle and take those little pills every morning? Because I think when you're hearing and seeing things that don't exist, that's typically something a doctor is supposed to help you with. And you should probably take their advice. The vice president, this dude mentioned, is literally in an interracial marriage. Okay? This isn't a thing, let alone bring back segregation. I don't know how to reach these people, but nearly 500,000 people liked that TikTok video. Double tapped on that. Are y'all okay? Do we really have this many people in society who have just absolutely lost the plot? Join me. I mean, on my daily show, Monday through Friday, we criticize some of the stuff Trump is doing. Lots of it. You can have good faith criticisms and arguments and debates about, but like, is it too much to ask that we criticize him for things that are not hallucinated? I feel like that's not too much to ask. But I guess when it comes to TikTok and 2025, it actually is. Up next, another woke white woman is being absolutely delusional. Take a listen to this ridiculous video.
Let me walk into a business and see a whites only sign. I'm white. I'm about as white as they get. Look at how fucking pale I am, man. And I will use every ounce of that white privilege I've got to absolutely up their day. I will be the biggest cunt that they have ever seen in their life.
Wow. She is just so stunning and so brave. Y'all, I think I just rolled my eyes so hard, I gave myself a headache, or maybe a little bit of brain damage. There will not be any whites-only signs, because that is illegal. It's been illegal, and that hasn't changed. The Civil Rights Act is still with us. Nothing has changed. I know that y'all constantly absorb fake news and misleading headlines on TikTok and on other platforms. Nothing on that front has changed, nor will it change, and even if it did, like, I'm sure there are some out there, but almost nobody in America would even want to put up a whites-only sign in their store. But still legal. Nothing has changed. You are just making up a fake scenario and then trying to brag to people about how virtuous you are. I would be one of the good white people. I would use my privilege to fight this thing I made up. You're not stunning, babe. You're not brave. This whole video just comes off as delusional, detached from reality, and honestly, like, desperate pandering. You shouldn't have to make things up and then flagellate yourself to these hyper woke audiences to get them to like you. Like, you know that's not normal, right? You know it shouldn't be like that. Pray for these people, because some of them have simply lost the plot. And I don't know if they can be reached at this point. I simply don't know. But what did y'all think? Which one of these was your favorite crazy TikTok this week? Do let me know in the comments below. I do take the time to read the comments. Do hit that like button and do make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet. Thanks again to Lumen for sponsoring today's video, and we'll talk again real soon.